What's up, y'all? I'm Dominick Dejesus. I'm a creative director. I work in the animation industry. Like, I'm all over the place, man. I was born in Wilmington, Delaware, but I grew up in the South. So I'm from Millen, Georgia. Pretty much my whole childhood there. So like straight up, like if you guys know where Savannah, Georgia's at, it's like no more like maybe an hour, 45 minutes away from there, but super country, trailer parks, you know, 2 stoplights. I think what it was for me, like growing up out there was television. And it's like, I know it sounds crazy because it was really nothing to do. Like we didn't have like boys and girls clubs and stuff like that. We had recreational sports and stuff like that, but I just watched a lot of TV in my spare time and also read a lot of books whenever I would get bored. Now, that was the best part about it because it's like such a quiet space too. It's like I said, you're in the deep South and it's just like, I could go outside and read a whole book, or I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna draw this. I just really like, that was it. I just copy whatever I would see, I would draw it. I'd be like, like it was almost like a challenge. You know what I mean? Like I'll see like a cartoon character or Looney Tunes or something like that. And then I'd be like, let me show it off. And I'm like, all right, you got it. I didn't make like flip books, but I used to like actually like go and buy like these like notebooks from the dollar store and used to like create like whole like comic stories and stuff, like writing out everything. Captain Underpants is what kind of started that up. I started creating my own episodes from like, I'd be like, what if I was in this bitch, I'm in here. And it just kind of started from that. And I think what really did it was when I saw Fantasia, and that was it for me. I was like, oh, this is kind of dope. I just like was so like, I guess, impressed with the whole like animation being like, how the animation was created strictly based off of the music. Like literally someone got to sit there, listen to it and be like, I see this. And they started drawing. Like the best part of Fantasia is the very beginning. Cause like towards the end it's like more animated creatures, stuff you can feel, but they have this very abstract beginning. I can't explain it to you, man. It used to just like pull me in. Like when I was a kid, you see the violins playing, but they had like drew like the lines, like they were drawing like the shit on beat. And I thought that was like, especially for the time frame and when it came out, I'm like someone actually had to sit there and draw on paper and hit the beat every time. You're a different type of
on paper.
You're a different type of animal. I ended up going to the Art Institute of Atlanta for about 3 years. And that was cool until I got kicked out over financial bullshit, but it's cool, we here. I was in an internship at Turner Studios under this guy. His name was Jai Husband, and you know, he brought me in, and I did like character design work, and that's like, you know, what I normally was used to doing. I was like, I can draw a cartoon character, like, and he like really gave me like, you know, a lot of information and how to like do turnarounds and stuff. That's like turning the characters in space and stuff like that. And when I got kicked out, usually like when you get kicked out of school, you know, your internship ends, but I didn't say nothing. I just was like, fuck that. Like I just kept going to my internship, and I wasn't in school anymore. And they didn't know, but it was cool. I just made sure I kept that, not like connect, cause it wasn't like, it was, the only thing that internship really did is give me like the knowledge on how to like, I guess like work in the industry.
How to apply what you know.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't like, it wasn't like, oh, I got connections. No, I had an understanding of like how to do this and what I need to do to stay in this. So, I mean, yeah, you know, it worked. It was me, my boy DeMille, and my boy Howard, and we were just like in there together, like, we gotta make this work, we gotta figure this out. And you know, we figured it out, and like just really got us to where we are today, even like being in LA. So when I first moved out here, I was a cleanup animator at, I guess you could say Fox at the time. And it was like a branch of them, really. It was called ADHD, animation domination, high definition. Okay, I got it right. That was tough. But yeah, I got brought in to work on Major Lazer, and that was like, it was like, again, music and animation. So I was already like a fan of the project. I didn't even care what anyone would say if it was a hard project. I didn't care. Again, it was music, animation, still one of my proudest like achievements.
Street directing.
Right.
You've done everything from cleaning up and directing to character design,
right,
to prop design.
I mean, it all really came down, so
Storyboards.
it all came down from like you said, that first job coming into the industry, and I came in like really like at the last stretch of the studio. So I had like this fire under me where I was like, let me learn everything I need to learn yet again. Like, I'm in studio space, let me learn, figure this out. And you know, at one point, man, the jobs just stopped. Like, animation kind of like took it just disappeared. So I had to figure out a new direction, because I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. But luckily, man, somehow art always finds me. I got hit with the Snoop Dogg Little Dicky music video, and got to like clean up, animate, create original character. It was a very just wild, fun project. And once it caught on, that like when they dropped it and all the success and all the views, I was like, okay, I want to stay in this lane. So that's when I leaned towards Instagram and started creating my own like taste of music and animation, trying to like show my, like, this is what I see, this is what I do. And it just, that opened doors, man. It's crazy how it happened. At first I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to do like both. But I guess like being unemployed from like the studio wise, like I ended up like, whenever I would get projects from Instagram and stuff like that, that's when I would be like, they were like, can you do this? Yes. Can you do it? Yes. And now I'm like juggling like 3 projects, but they're all different mediums. Like, one's a 30-second animated like loop or something. Then you have someone that's like a minute of just straight, like a minute of storytelling, and just, all right, point A to B in a minute. How can I do that? And then again, the third project, a logo, because I don't mind doing that type of stuff. I love like being able to help people that need my eye, need my instrument of. But like, you know, even like I have a lot of friends in professional wrestling, and they contact me to do their shirts and stuff, and I'm like, hell yeah, like, because and what I would love to see, man, is like one of these guys make it to the top, and they have the shirt on. I'm like, that's me right there, you know. I designed all of that. See his gear? All me. So what I wanted to do is like, every time I come back in the studio, I want to show that I like learned something, or like I'm more than just what you hired me to be. Like, I don't, like when I go into the studios, I try to, like, I go in there and I fill out like, okay, I'm a character designer. I'm gonna lay back and let me get to know the character designers around me and look at their work, see what they're up to, see how dope they are, because they got hired too. And after a while, man, I ended up talking to the entire studio, just because, I don't know, I think it's weird when you work with these people and you don't talk. You know, I'm like, hey man, we're in this together. Like, we built this whole TV show. I want to know about you. Where you from? Why are you here? Why are you drawing? But yeah, like, definitely every time I come back into the in-house studio jobs, they say something about Instagram. They either say, hey, I saw your page. Hey, you worked on the Snoop Dogg and Little Dicky video. Hey, I saw your Johnny Bravo stuff. So and that's when I started like realizing that people are paying attention. they are watching and seeing what you're doing. And that's why I try to make sure whatever I post is like just showing like I'm continuing to perfect my craft. Yeah, okay, what's up about my craft? I wasn't thinking about that. Okay.
Yeah!
That came out all natural. Most of the stuff I draw like is really like spare of the moment. So it's like I can be literally like watching something on TV and it'd be like, oh man, it just reminded me I want to do this, you know. Music, of course, music always does it. But usually sometimes I'll like, or vice versa, like I'll turn music on and then turn like some animated something on. But I'll mute the animated show and just let the music play. And sometimes, magically, the music will sync with whatever's on TV. And sometimes that gives me like these like creative electric shocks to like really like, oh, I want to do this. I see it. Like, I'm going to do this now. And when I have that in my, when it hits, I have to get it out. Like, I'll be up, it can hit me at like 9 o'clock and I'll be like, fuck. Like, I can't like go to sleep now because now I have to like draw this, and I'll like finish it like at 3 in the morning. I'll set an alarm, literally set an alarm so I can wake up and post it and then go back to sleep. And then I'll like wake up to see like, did anybody, okay, yeah, they like it. For a client, it depends. Like usually when I'm having work with a client, I really want to hear their vision and what they're trying to like, whether it be their brand or like a character for a music video. Like I'm like, what do you feel? What do you visualize? And then my goal there is to bring that to life for them in the best way that I can. And I'll be like, okay, bet, I'm gonna do this then. And then usually after that, they give me creative freedom. And they never really have like a story or nothing. They really give me the space to create literally like something out of nothing. So it's really cool. So it's like a lot of times like working with a client, their work, though it's theirs, it's their project, they pay for it, but for me it's just like, that's all me right there. Like I created that for them, and like it's a good moment to like really, like whenever I can go back and look at it or something. When I work on these projects, like I guess freelance projects where it's just me, like, and I get that creative freedom, you know, it is something satisfying about it. But then when I get into like an in-house studio job and it's like, now you have to like create this story and then present it to them and be like, does this work? And sometimes you might get like yeah, this is dope. And sometimes you'll get the person that'll be like, nah, we're gonna change a lot of this. But then if you don't, if you're good at taking criticism and just take it more as like when they do change things, figure out why they changed it. And, oh, I see what the audience, they gave it more direction. Whereas like they got what I was doing, but they were able to like push it. So it's like the benefit of being in-house is that it's experience. Like they really do teach you like what people are really looking for. You know what I mean? Like, and now that's what I try to pay attention to on like social media. I'm like, what are the kids into? What are the teenagers into? What are we into? Like, just trying to make sure I stay on top of those trends too. It kind of, in-house opens your eyes a little bit more. So the cons is like, time. So I can be doing these projects on my own, but I have more control of like, you know, time. But it's harder sometimes when you are at your house working and it's like your couch and there's a TV and a bed and you're like, man, I'm gonna go nap or something. Whereas like when you're at the studio, you're like 9 to 5, like in there. Right. You know, it makes you work. Yeah, it's and then like I said, time. like time is like really important when you're doing freelance or in-house. In-house is like definitely like this is our deadline. Yeah, and we gotta make this deadline, all of us together, and you don't want to look like a weak link in a room full of people we all got the same deadline, and you're the one that's, you just gotta be on your shit.
Right.
But like freelance, that can mess you up really badly. Like you're just at home, and it's like you're comfortable. Someone hits you up, let's go out. You're like, yeah, I'm all right. I'm on the way.
Right.
Like, so I think that's really the only is just in-house jobs, experience. Freelance at home, you need to take that experience that you learned and apply it to your work now. Okay, I learned this at the studio. How can I apply it to just me drawing something for the culture? Stuff like that. What I see in my future is that I have a novel series. That's what I really want.
You want to get into print books and stuff?
Yeah, and that's because I dream of being a writer. Like, I don't know, like I said, when I first got into wrestling, I said I want to be a writer for wrestling. When I was a kid, writing comic books and stuff, I always just wanted to I'm a storyteller. And that's what I think that's why I like wrestling. It's like your storytelling and stuff like that. So I just think, a series of books on some J.K. Rowling, Stephen King shit. And I just want to be able to walk into a Barnes and Noble one day, and you go to the D's, and it's like Dejesus. That's satisfying for me. I can die after that. I'll be straight. That's all I want. I don't know. It's something about it. I guess that makes you immortal in a way.